Due to popular demand, American and I would like to present to you another zombie video. You might have to start practicing some of these skills soon in order to be talented enough to put them to good use when the time is finally here. The training might not always be easy, and you're gonna have to break a sweat, whether it's touching up on your shotgun accuracy or practicing your parkour skills in order to escape zombies. Here are the best skills for the zombie apocalypse. But first, we'd like to give a quick shout out to Lone Wolf for leaving us this suggestion. Be sure to leave us a comment below on the next zombie video you'd like to see, and maybe we'll make it. We'll also feature you in an upcoming video. Number 15, batting practice. You might want to start working on your baseball swing soon, because if the apocalypse arrives, that swing is going to come in handy. The proper swing takes a lot of repetitions, and the eye-hand coordination that comes with hitting a baseball will be good practice for swinging at moving zombies. Baseball bats are one of the most important choices for weapons during the zombie apocalypse. It's always important also to remember that metal baseball bats are going to be your best bet. While wooden bats can be best for making modifications, metal bats won't break as easily. You might also find that a baseball bat will serve useful as a recreational device. The Brooklyn Smasher is also a good choice, made from nearly indestructible polypropylene. Number 14, off-roading. Off-roading might not be quite as easy as it looks, so it would be good for you to try it out a few times before the apocalypse goes down. Make sure you have the proper vehicle with the proper tires, know what tools you need to fix your off-roader, and find out some other crucial information you need before hitting the dusty trail. You have to understand your automobile's capabilities and try not to push it over the limit. Once you got some preliminary things worked out, practice different maneuvers, 180 turns, and even practice in different types of weather so you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. Number 13, trap building. When you're looking for the proper way to defend your outposts against zombies, it's important to have a few ideas to protect yourself in the case of an all-out infestation. Have you practiced building traps in order to catch small animals? Most of us city folk probably couldn't catch a bird if our life depended on it, and during the zombie apocalypse, that could certainly be the case. Not only would you use something like a hanging snare trap to catch a zombie, bear traps and punji traps can also work effectively. This should be able to at least immobilize the walking dead. You can always consider digging a large pit around your settlement, but that would require quite a bit of physical labor. Number 12, cooking skills. Although it might seem like a luxury to have good cooking skills during the zombie apocalypse, being a culinary expert can lead to surviving the apocalypse. Chances are, the food you come across probably won't taste too good. That skunk you found lying on the side of the road could be your only option. Preparing to eat certain animals such as skunks, if not properly done, can lead to severe illnesses and even death. But someone who knows how to remove the scent glands correctly could make it into a proper meal. Napoleon once said, an army marches on their stomach, so having some good food at a time like this, when people are ripping their faces off, will certainly lead to good morale. Number 11, foraging. Eventually, the truth is, bullets are gonna run out, and your weapons are gonna prove to be useless, unless you have some blacksmith forging skills and the proper tools to engage in this hobby. You'd certainly be able to create your own bullets if that were the case. However, melee weapons may prove to be more effective than firearms anyway because of the lack of noise. There will be an abundance of scrap metal all over the place, and this abundant resource can potentially be turned into useful tools with the proper forging skills. Weapons like knives, swords, maces, axes can all be crafted, which will keep you safe during the zombie apocalypse. Number 10, rock climbing. Although it's possible zombies could still be here, it's highly unlikely that any of them would be able to climb mountains. Not only that, but searching for higher ground will give you a proper vantage point to see what's going on down below. These can be among some of the best places to survive. Knowing how to climb a mountain can be key for survival, and many of the items used to climb mountains can be useful against zombies as weapons. Here in this photo, we see an extreme ice climber by the name of Will Gadd climbing up glaciers found at the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. These ice picks can not only serve as great weapons, but also as a great tool for escaping zombies. Safe to say this guy is ready to escape from zombies. 9. Map reading. You use the internet every day, and you're even using it right now to watch this video. It's time to start marking the places down on Google Maps where you think would be a good place to hide out at during the apocalypse. Now more than ever before, you have useful tools for spotting potential hideout locations and for finding the best route to get there. The more places you know of, the better advantage you will have when the time finally comes. You can carefully look at the terrain from a satellite's point of view and determine which places will be isolated enough to escape to. Each city and country is unique geographically, and you'll obviously want to avoid the busiest escape routes. Keep in mind, everyone is going to be completely panicking, and who knows what roads will be blocked off. Number 8. Parkour. We all know escaping zombies can be difficult, and your ability to get past various obstacles on the streets can prove to be extremely useful. Parkour might get a bad rep sometimes for being a thing practiced by nerds, but we'll see who's nerdy when the zombie apocalypse is here. You'd be disappointed that you didn't practice your parkour skills before when zombies are devouring your flesh. Being able to swiftly get past unexpected obstacles could be what ensures your survival while being chased. Just try not to injure yourself while practicing. Number 7. Cycling. The great thing about bicycles is that they don't need any fuel and run solely on energy that you create with your legs. It wouldn't be too difficult to travel 20 to 50 miles a day at least with a good bicycle and some tires filled up with plenty of air. Of course, like many vehicles during the zombie apocalypse, bikes come with a few setbacks. It might be harder to run over zombies in a bike than in a pickup truck, and you're more likely vulnerable to attacks. But if you got some good biking skills and can effectively dodge things that are in your path, then a bike could be a great vehicle to use. So if you haven't started practicing yet, get those training wheels out and learn some skills. Shotgun skills. If you're not familiar with using a shotgun, by the time the apocalypse arrives, you'll be glad you took the time to practice using one. If your compound gets swarmed by zombies, a well-placed shot with a shotgun could take out multiple zombies at once. Although you would of course have to be a little bit careful while using one, since the noise might attract more zombies. But you definitely don't want to rule them out from your arsenal. Of course, you want to find a shotgun that you're comfortable with, and being able to reload quickly will take some practice. There's nothing worse than having to spend valuable time reloading. If you can afford a semi-automatic shotgun and take practice getting used to it and feel comfortable with it, you'll definitely have a better chance of making it out alive. Number 5. Fencing. The sword has quite a few advantages over firearms since you can take out zombies in complete silence. But do you even know how to use one? Practicing some sword moves at home might be a little bit risky if your little sister gets in the way, but being able to properly use one can certainly come in handy. Swords can be heavy and hard to swing, so being able to gain the muscles to use one properly will come with time. If you choose the sword to be your primary weapon, don't wait to learn how to sword fight when zombies come knocking at your door. Number 4. Mechanic skills. Certainly the last thing you want to happen during a full-blown zombie apocalypse would be for your zombie escape vehicle to break down in the middle of a zombie-infested part of town. You'd be like a sitting duck surrounded by a group of hunters that want to eat you. Don't take that chance. You need a mechanic on your team that knows what he's doing. Properly maintaining a vehicle can be a lot of work. Coming across an old vehicle may be your only chance to escape. They may be able to find alternative ways to keep the engine running or even know how to start different cars with various methods. Not all cars are properly prepared for the zombie apocalypse, but maybe a mechanic would know a few tricks to give the car just what it needs to keep you alive. A lot of those tools could also be used as weapons effectively. Number 3. Carpentry. If you've never even made a birdhouse in shop class, you got some work to do. Having carpentry skills will come in handy since wood will be your best natural resource to use in order to build a hideout. You can't just put a bunch of logs together and expect it to be a sturdy building. Be sure to practice with power tools, various glues, tape measures, and hammering those nails. Being skilled in carpentry can also help you craft new weapons such as Lucille from The Walking Dead. Number 2. Gardening. Have you thought about getting your garden started soon? It might sound like something your grandma does, but hear us out. Gardening will be one of the best ways to get fresh fruit and vegetables. In order to properly restore some civilization and rebuild a community that's not completely nomadic, it would be preferable to have a second type of resource that can be properly stored throughout winter. In order to do this, you would need a good gardener to grow fruits and veggies in order to maintain a balanced diet. Growing things such as grains or beans can be ultimately stored. This will not only provide you with a more balanced diet, but something that doesn't spoil quite as quickly. And number 1. Kayaking. First of all, we should probably mention that zombies can't swim, so it's basically impossible for them to chase you while you're kayaking. Kayaking skills goes hand in hand with off-roading skills, and if you can take your off-roading vehicle to a proper kayaking location, you should be in the clear. You may have to escape to an island somehow in order to fully escape the zombies, and the most price-efficient way to do this would be by kayak. Sure, you could try to swim to the island, but what if there are zombie sharks or the water is contaminated? Keep in mind, your paddles could be used as a zombie fighting tool as well. So get your wetsuit on and hit the rivers, because it could save your life when the apocalypse finally arrives.
So which one did you think was the most interesting? Let us know in the comments section, and we'll see you next time.